Attention, Raider Nation! Just when it seemed the defense was taking shape, a new possibility emerges straight from the NFL's sidelines, and it could be exactly the reinforcement Pete Carroll wants to round out the defensive line. According to recent reports, the Raiders are closely monitoring an experienced and respected name, a true locker room leader and key player in the trenches. The Las Vegas front office is exploring this option, and the move indicates the plan is clear: to make the defensive front even more physical, aggressive, and dominant. Could this be another strategic addition to transform the Raiders' defense into a fortress? When Micah Parsons, one of the NFL's top defensive talents today, officially announced his retirement from the Cowboys, the league's landscape began to tremble. But what no one expected was to see the Las Vegas Raiders emerge as the overwhelming favorites to complete this blockbuster deal. And we're not talking about vague rumors or fan guesses. Bovada's official betting odds put the Raiders at the top with plus 500 odds, making it clear there's smoke. And where there's smoke, there could be fire in Las Vegas. This movement has the feel of a revolution. And when we talk about revolution, we're not just talking about Micah Parsons' greatness, but about what he represents on the field: explosiveness, speed, instinct, and sheer terror for opposing quarterbacks. We're talking about a 4-time Pro Bowl pass rusher, 2-time All-Pro, who has already made NFL history by surpassing 10 sacks in each of his first 4 seasons, a feat only 4 players have achieved since 1982. He's not just good, he's rare, and he's available. Parsons' public statement only added fuel to this fire. In an emotional social media post, he revealed he'd lost patience with the Cowboys' front office, particularly with their silence during contract negotiations. "I've kept quiet, but after repeated criticism of myself and all the narratives, I've made the difficult decision that I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys," he wrote. And most shockingly, he stated that his trade request has already been personally delivered to Stephen Jones, the Texas front office's strongman. This isn't just an informal request, it's a declared separation. And in this breakup scenario, the Raiders appear to be the logical destination, and now also the most likely. According to CBS Sports analysis, Las Vegas combines 2 crucial factors: salary cap space and a motivational mindset in roster construction. In 2025, the Raiders have $37.8 million available, and in 2026, that number jumps to an incredible $99.1 million, the highest projected in the NFL so far. This means we can't just acquire Parsons, but we'll also secure him with a massive extension without compromising the rest of his time. But what's truly exciting is the strategic vision behind this potential move. CBS was blunt. Pairing Parsons with Max Crosby, with whom he's led the NFL in pressures since 2021, would form the league's most fearsome pass-rushing duo. It would be like going back in time and correcting the historic mistake of 2018 when the Raiders let go of Khalil Mack. But this time, they'd be on the right side of the board, the side that adds an elite talent rather than losing him. Let's look at the numbers, because they're brutal. Parsons averaged 6.06 pressures per game in 2023 and 5.38 in 2024. No other player with more than 300 snaps has achieved that level of impact, and all this at just 26 years old. He's past his prime. He's hungry, and he wants a fresh start. Of course, the Cowboys aren't going to give him away for free. A package of first-round picks or a combination of premium picks and ready-made players is the minimum Jerry Jones will demand. But ask any serious NFL analyst, is it worth it? The answer is yes. 1,000 times yes. When there's a chance to pair a star of that magnitude alongside a monster like Crosby in a system led by Pete Carroll, risk becomes opportunity. And this is where the story takes on even more depth. Because while talk of Micah Parsons takes over behind the scenes, another transformation is already underway at the heart of the franchise. In training camp, Pete Carroll is doing something few are seeing, but which could be even more decisive for the Raiders' future. The real question now is Las Vegas about to combine the most dominant talent on the current defense with a new winning mentality within the locker room? Because if that happens, the NFL won't be prepared for what's to come from Sin City. And it's precisely in this climate of upswing and upswing that Pete Carroll enters the scene, with a promise that is setting the locker room on fire and redefining the franchise's standards. If Micah Parsons' potential arrival is the spark that could ignite the NFL, Pete Carroll's quiet and disciplined work behind the scenes is already the fueling a profound transformation in Las Vegas. What's even more surprising is that this change is perhaps even more important than any big-name hire. Because when we talk about a winning culture, we're not just referring to good campaigns. We're talking about building a competitive DNA that withstands pressure, failure, and transforms talent into champions. And that's exactly what Carroll is doing with the Raiders. Pete Carroll didn't arrive in Las Vegas to be just another coach in the queue. He came with a track record, with replacements, with trophies, and most importantly, with a vision. A time that had been reeling for years between more decisions and the inconstancy required for radical change. And according to NFL.com analyst Jeffrey Chadiha, the biggest challenge challenge is still not tactical or physical, but cultural. For the Raiders to consistently evolve, they need to break old habits and adopt a new mindset. And Carroll knows exactly how to do it. From the first day of training camp, signs of this new era began to appear. The atmosphere in Henderson, where the Raiders train, feels different. More focused players, intense sessions, and accountability being taken seriously. Carroll's speech isn't just motivational. It's based on decades of experience and results. We're going to win a lot of things. We're going to win a lot of games. I can't even imagine anything else, he declared. And when he speaks, the locker room listens. After all, we're talking about a coach who won 10 or more games per season in nearly 2 decades of his career, and who led one of the greatest defensive squads in modern NFL history with the Seattle Seahawks. But it's not just talk. The pieces are being moved intelligently. Geno Smith, who has returned in good form in recent years, arrives as the most reliable quarterback the Raiders have had in a long time. A more mature leader who has seen his ups and downs and is ready to lead an ambitious era. In the running attack, rookie Ashton Jeanty is turning heads with his explosive style, speed, and vision. Analysts are already pointing to the running back as one of the season's potential breakouts. The locker room is vibrant and competitive. Carroll has brought a veteran philosophy that combines youthful energy with rigor. No one has a seat. Everyone is being tested physically and mentally. The culture is based on real performance, on daily delivery, not on promises. But even with all this progress, the challenge remains enormous. The AFC West is perhaps the most brutal division in the NFL today, facing the Kansas City Chiefs, 3-time Super Bowl champions since 2019 and led by Patrick Mahomes, is almost like facing a dynasty. And as if that weren't enough, the Broncos and Chargers have also strengthened and are both strong contenders in 2025. This means every win will be a battle. There's no room for slip-ups. And Pete Carroll knows this better than anyone. The veteran coach, however, seems motivated precisely by this hostile environment. It doesn't matter what people hear. It's about what we do. That's why the standards need to be high, he said. He doesn't just want to compete. He wants to build something lasting, a new identity, a new respect. And now, imagine that scenario with Micah Parsons joining the fold, a legendary coach shaping a new system with a stable quarterback, a promising running back, an elite pass rusher like Max Crosby. And on the other side of the field, Parsons himself terrorizing opposing offenses? That would leave the Raiders with a defense capable of stopping any moment in the league, including the untouchable Chiefs. This combination of internal discipline and external power could be the secret ingredient to a historic turnaround in Las Vegas. What once seemed like just another offseason now looks like the beginning of a new era. The Raiders are moving from supporting roles to trying to write their own narrative, and this time under the leadership of a coach who has already written legendary chapters in the NFL. And with all these changes taking place, the question looming over fans and pundits is just one. Can the Raiders translate this new DNA into victories this season? Because if they can, the rest of the league won't be prepared. With the Raiders leading Micah Parsons' bets, experiencing a true cultural revolution under Pete Carroll, and bringing together young and veteran talent on a revamped roster, the question that excites fans is, will we witness the rebirth of a golden era in Las Vegas, with the Raiders poised to take the AFC West by storm and stake their claim among the NFL's greats? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel. But later I will come back to update you with the latest news from the Raiders.